Hi guys, my name's Dean. I'm a healthy lifestyle advisor for the 𝐬𝐻 𝐸 Nottinghamshire contract. Today we're going to go through the main component of a session with you. Both myself and Darren, my colleague, who's just coming into shop now, also a healthy lifestyle advisor. Okay, so what we've got planned for you today is a workout that's going to be around about 20 minutes long, broken down into 4 parts. Okay, now we're going to work on a cardiovascular element of it. Then we're going to have a little bit of a break. We're going to go into an upper body, a little bit of a break, down into some lower body exercises, and then we're going to finish with a mixture of everything. Okay? So what you guys need to do is just follow either myself or my colleague when we're working through the exercises. Okay? So an example is the cardiovascular. I'm going to be doing something different from what Darren is, and you just need to decide very quickly as we go through which one you're going to follow. Okay? Now we haven't worked it so necessarily one's easier than the other. It's just making a quick decision. Either follow myself for the whole set or Darren, or you can just mix and match it, whatever you want to do. Okay? So for each section, you're going to be doing 4 exercises, but there's the option of 8 as we work together through it. Okay? So 4 minutes on, followed by a minute's rest, and then we're going to follow it like that. Okay? Don't worry if it doesn't make sense. We'll talk you through what we want to do. Always make sure you've got a drink of water close by. We're going to be using some exercises where we'll have dumbbells in our hand. Okay, so if you've got dumbbells at home, or just grab something that weighs a little bit of something from the kitchen, maybe some tins. It may be as well you've got a resistance band. So every bit of movement we do, you can use either weights or a resistance band. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. We'll follow through exactly what we're doing. Okay, we'll just give you a few more seconds just to sort of get ready. So the first one is the cardiovascular element. We're going to really start to get your heart rate up. We've got a little bit of a guide here, following us through a minute. We'll change very quickly into each one, guys, okay? There won't be that sort of rest time for the 4 minutes, so just choose which one you fancy the most, okay? So look at getting in. The first exercise that I'm going to be doing is a heel flick, and then we've got jog on the spot from Darren. So we're giving you a heads up there, okay? So starting in 3, 2, 1, off we go, guys, okay? So choose who we're looking to follow. If it is myself, you're just looking at getting your heel right up towards your bum if you can, keeping the knees close together.
If you're doing these high knees team, aiming to try and get those knees at least up to hips, trying to keep that belly button tucked in, chin and chest lifted.
Halfway through, so one thing you can choose on this is obviously the tempo you're going at, so just keeping it relatively slow if you feel like you need to. We're only just getting into it.
If you're starting to struggle onto these high knees, you can now just march on the knees if you want to. That is an easier option for you.
10 seconds left, star jumps next for me.
And spotty dogs for Team Darren.
Okay, straight into that. Next one then, guys.
So on these spotty dogs team, trying to make sure it's all of the foot, not your heel. Shoulders coming up to shoulder height. Belly button pull towards your spine.
So we're looking at bringing your arms fully out. Both feet coming out at the same time, landing on them soft knees. But if we do need to make this a little bit lighter, half jack. Okay, so it's half of it, keeping one foot planted as you bring it out. Okay, you choose. There's 20 seconds left.
If your calves are starting to cramp like mine are, team, we can go backward steps with a front arm raise. There's nothing wrong with chopping and changing between the two. Woo!
5 seconds, ice skaters next.
And rocket jumps for Team Darren.
Good, so changing. So we take a movement, ice skaters. We look at coming down to the floor and give that little hop over and keep the knees nice and loose. Starting to come wider if we can.
So for a rocket jump team, we're going to touch the floor, little jump in the air. If you're struggling with the bending, you can just come to below the knee and up. And again, you don't need to have the jump.
Halfway. Always the option to slow down if you need to.
Beautiful, ladies and gentlemen, keep it going. Remember, do not compromise the form.
Five seconds. Hardest one coming, guys. It's 1 minute and then we've got 1 minute break. Good, change over. Woo! Mountain climbers down on the floor. Fixed position, get the core nice and tight, driving your knees up.
My team, we're doing burpees. So body to the floor, stepping in or jumping in, and jumping up.
To give you a slightly easier alternative, using a wall. So get a little bit further down the wall and just bringing them knees up, getting that same motion if we can. Nearly there. 25 seconds.
Again, same with the burpees. If you don't want to go all the way to the floor, hands down, jump back, jump in. So hands down, jump back, jump in. As an easier alternative.
Oh, 10 seconds. Two, and one. Good, you got yourself a minute's rest, guys. I'll turn that. Woo. Good. Grab a drink of water, do what you got to do. This next one's upper body, so this is where you might need to go. Quickly grab something, grab some tins, any weights that you've got. Don't worry how heavy. Yeah. Oh, dicks on that.
Whew. So ladies and gentlemen, as you can probably hear me and Dean panting a little bit, this is what you put into it. If you go quite hard, you're going to feel that effect with your breathing, sweating, heart rate's going to be elevated. What we're not looking for you to do right now though is be able to start singing to the music you're listening to. We are wanting to work at what we call moderate intensity. So increase heart rate, change colour in the skin. Yeah, you should be having to think about your breathing.
About ready to go back in then? So again, just to give you a heads up, I'm going to go for tricep dips. So if you've got something in your space, a sofa or a chair, getting to the edge of that, taking your weight off, and we're going for that dipping movement there. Okay?
For my team, we're going to do bicep curls, elbow side of the body.
Okay? 3, 2, 1, off we go.
Beautiful.
Any of these choices. So if you tricep dips, we can start to make it a little easier by bringing your feet a little bit closer in the flat. That body weight supported a little bit more. Taking it out onto the heels with an extended knee. It's going to be harder.
With these bicep curls, you need to try to squeeze your glutes so your hips are nice and level. Belly button tucked in so you're not rotating. My elbows aren't leaving the side of the body. Just like Dean on his tricep dips. Nice and controlled. We're not rushing. Time under tension. If you start to fade, you can come one arm at a time.
More than into an upright row.
And for my team, we're going bent over row.
Woo. Okay, good. That changing then grabbing them weights. Upright row, standing in that upright position as the name suggests. Weight down and we're bringing it up. Nice and close in with the waist and the hands, leading with the elbows, okay? So bring it up to around about the chin.
So bent over rows team, slight bend in the knee and push my hips back, chest coming almost parallel to the floor. Neutral spine, nice and flat. I'm going to pull the dumbbells towards my chest and elbows push the ribcage, squeezing those shoulder blades together.
90 seconds. So this exercise here, we're working the trapezius muscle, okay, so that sort of triangular muscle at the top of your back, just underneath the neck. You go into that bent position like Darren did, you look a little bit lower down, targeting more of the back area. Good, last couple of reps, slow and controlled. 2, 1, good. Into a shoulder exercise here, we're coming up to the front, parallel to the floor.
My team, we're doing a shoulder press. Predominantly we want the palms facing outwards. taking it up above your head, don't let the dumbbells touch, and lower. What you do need to do is make sure you brace the abdominal area. If you feel like you're dipping forwards, you can always use a chair.
On any of these exercises now, your difficulty level is going to be determined by your tempo as well. Okay, so we bring it up slower, hold that 2 seconds and then slowly down. Stay in that contraction phase longer, you'll feel that a lot more. Okay?
Oh, they're burning, ladies and gentlemen, they're burning.
10 seconds, last few.
Woo!
Getting down onto the floor for the next one. 2, 1, good. So as quick and as slow as you feel you can, we've got sit-ups or press-ups. Okay, good. Sit-ups here then. So, rolling that back nicely, keeping your shoulders off the floor, getting that crunch up from your stomach, or your bone press-ups.
So on these push-ups, we're going to slowly lower as far as you can and pushing up. I'm making sure my elbows come slightly back, just to take the pressure out the front part of my shoulder. Keeping that belly button pulled in, glutes are level. For anyone who's struggling, thinking, oh gosh, I'm not going to do a push-up, we can go to what we call half push-up on your knees. So knees directly underneath the hips, and then you want you to push up one forward again, so the spine is neutral. You can then lower and lift. It makes this easier. For anyone who's worried about going onto the floor, you can also do a wall press.
Good, time on guys. 1 minute then we're going to switch this to lower body. So again, a little bit of a pause, get your heart rate down a little bit. Woo! Grab your water, grab a drink. Everything lower body now. We're halfway through the workout in terms of the sets. We've done two more to go, okay? So again, just so we know what we're going into in about 30 seconds time, we're going to do lunges now. We're going to work all different angles of this which target different muscles, but the first one is to step backwards, okay, and then dropping that knee. Always, if you feel like you need to, use support. So holding on to something, a wall, absolutely fine if it makes it any easier. Okay, good, 19 seconds.
Oh.
Squat's your other option. Following down for your squat, okay, in 10 seconds. Okay, back in guys, 3, 2, 1, off we go.
So with the squats team, feet we normally say are around about hip distance apart. Some people will have it a little bit wider depending on their mobility. Aim of the game though is tilt the hips back so you're sitting into your heels, keeping your chin and chest up. Pushing those arms out will encourage that posture.
Halfway.
If you struggle with a squat, you can always do a sit to stand. So again, same format, sitting into the chair, standing up.
20 seconds. So the next two, no matter who you go with, I'm showing you 2 more variations of the lunges. So now we're going to go with a forward lunge. I'm going to show you what we call a 𝐭𝐭𝐲 lunge. 10 more seconds. Get 1, maybe 2 more each side. 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay, so 𝐭𝐭𝐲 lunge. We're just coming around the back and dropping both knees. Okay, so we're doing the 𝐭𝐭𝐲. Darren's showing you the forward lunge.
So whilst I'm on a forward lunge, with a backward lunge it's lovely because that front leg is in its natural neutral position. So as I go for that forward lunge, we're looking for that knee to go through straight through the centre of your foot. If you can't see your toes, your stride's probably too short. If you can see your full face through your foot, it means your stride's slightly too long. Yeah? So just be careful. That will just impact on that lower back otherwise. Woo, Dina!
So what you can see from the 𝐭𝐭𝐲 lunge is we're trying to keep hips and everything facing forward. It's that step behind and just dropping both knees. So this is working a whole new part of your legs. We're getting around the outside, your adductor muscles, as well as targeting your quads. Okay, good. So nice and slow as we go for these ones. 1. Good. Deadlift, following my movement. Now grab the weights again if you've got them. We can do them without, but we're keeping them very close to the body. Pulling the hips back, right down the shins, guys. Keep them close to the body of any weight you've got. Pushing the bum out. keeping focus on something in front of you. Okay, so I'm not dropping my chin, you can see I'm keeping that focus looking forward. Good, Darren.
So I got the squat jumps, and as you can tell already, it's starting to burn. So same squat position, and if you can, as you're landing, you're trying to sink your hips straight into the next one. So this is what we call plyometric training, so using different muscle fibres, you will get a real good burn in those upper thighs. So focus on your breathing, do a couple, have a little rest if you need to.
10 seconds. Guys, the last one's a little bit lighter, I promise you. One more to do on this set. I'm going for a calf raise, using the wall. Use the wall for support. Okay, good. So 2 hands on, or go one hand sideways on, which is looking at coming onto your tiptoes, raising them heels, squeezing the lower part of your leg apart. Okay? Slowly down. Really hold this one under tension. Feel it a little bit more.
So my option here, team, is leg extensions. Predominantly for the front of your thighs, helping the ligaments and tendons around your knee. It's up to you, you can sit it all the way back on the final third, making sure the knee doesn't lock, toes facing towards the ceiling. Woo!
Go without the support, you can keep the balance tight with your core, feel this a bit more in your calves. Okay? Let's give it a 4-second hold. Slowly down. Last few, then you get that minute off again. Three, 2, 1. Good work, guys. Have your minute, 60 seconds off. We'll go straight in once that minute's done. I hope your room isn't as warm as the one we're in. We came in full heat and was on full blast. So the last ones are just a mishmash of everything. I've chosen 4 exercises completely at random. Darren's done the same. Again, there's no particular easy or hard. We'll try and give you the alternatives within our exercise that we're doing. But last 4 minutes, guys, okay? So with that in mind, just doing what we can. We always follow this ball scale, this rate of perceived exertion, okay? So judge it on how you're feeling. If we feel at the lower end of that, in terms of how tired we are, 3, 4 maybe, this last 4 minutes is where it counts. Try and go for the ones that you deem to be the harder ones. Alternatively, if you're at the top end of that scale, you know, if we're anything above 7, we're struggling to feel like we can get through these last 4 minutes. Let's start to wind down a little bit and just go for the easy one. Okay, so we're starting in 3, 2, 1. I've got the thrusters, guys, so weight again, and it's almost like we're giving half a squat, and then we're pushing up, tightening the core, literally feel the stretch up through the middle part around the belly button. As we come down, we're bringing the dumbbells down to the shoulders, okay?
So as you can see here, ladies and gentlemen, we've got dumbbell hopovers. Be aware this is a little bit of a trip hazard, so only if you're comfortable. You can even stand behind the dumbbell if you need to. So balls at the foot, just bouncing side to side.
Halfway, we should be well into either one of these now. Don't worry if you're not getting the full minute. Obviously we're talking through as we do it. Use a few seconds just to decide. 15.
Whew.
I'm down to press-ups on the next one. More of these.
I am into a movement which you might not be familiar with.
2.
It's called a dumbbell snatch.
1. Good. Okay, so press-ups, whether you did it before or not, again, that full press-up on your toes or with your body weight. If you need to, a little bit easier. Come onto your knees. Now, when you're doing this, it's the front of your knees. Roll forward with the hips, bring the chest as low as you can. Okay, good.
On the dumbbell snatch, a bit like Dean's deadlift earlier. This time, one hand on the dumbbell, just below the knees. Pull with the elbow. As you pull, you punch towards the ceiling. All body workout. Swapping everything on 5 repetitions.
Remember the option of the wall. I think we quite got there last time with 2 hands on the wall. Onto your toes, drop the hips in as well.
If you want to do this one without a dumbbell or a tin of these, you can do. Next one for me, team, back into those squats.
Okay, good, high knees for me. So again, that cardio one, just driving the knees up. Core nice and tight. Less than 2 minutes till we take it into that cool down. If we feel like we're really struggling to get to the end, bring your knees down for this one. Okay, just keep moving, keep that heart rate where it is.
If anyone wants to make your squats a little bit more complex, you can do one a bit more narrower, one wider. So one narrower, one wider. Yeah, up to you. Just playing on different angles of your glutes.
Couple more seconds. My next one's going to work the triceps, back of the arms.
And back down to the floor for me, for plank.
Last minute guys, tricep kickbacks, get into that position. We looked at the bent over row earlier. That pulling, tightness of your back, pulling the hips back. This time, best described like a ski move. Bring the dumbbells, elbows downwards and into the body, and we extend from that elbow. Again, chin up, look forward, triceps.
So again, anyone following me, I'm going forearms, carpet. Shoulders are directly over the top of the elbows. Onto the toes or ball of the foot, glutes down so it's nice and tight, belly button in. Focus on your breathing, zen out. If you can't do it a normal plank, you can again do it on your knees. Kick the hips forward so the spine is nice and neutral.
Last few. Sorry.
Alright.
Nearly there. Good, well done guys, that is your main component complete. Grab a drink of water, maybe give yourself a few minutes, but I would highly recommend click the link for your cool down, okay? Purposely done so that it brings your heart rate down to a nice safe level. It'll help you with any stiffness you might feel tomorrow or the day after, okay? This link's now there now for you to revisit, so it might be that you want to do it in reverse to what you did with a different option, see how that feels, mix it up a little bit more, okay? But well done guys, take it to your cool down. Thank you very much, good work, thank you.